Welcome to the Business Miracles Podcast. I'm Heather Dominick, founder of businessmiracles.com and author of the book Different, the Highly Sensitive Leadership Revolution, found at differentthebook.com. Since 2010, I've been training highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders from around the globe to work less while making more impact and income by doing things differently. I'm so glad you joined me. Listen in and get ready. Get ready for a shift in the way you view yourself, your work, your life. A business miracle. This is A Course in Business Miracles podcast, episode 172, the HSE Shadow of Comparison. Listen in to hear the practical steps you can take starting right now to change your relationship with comparison and have it working for you as a catalyst of inspiration and motivation that fuels you to create everything you want in your business and your life. Little spoiler alert, comparison is all about how you choose to use it. Here we go. Releasing comparison, we want to take an opportunity to focus in a little bit deeper on one of the primary trainings in the Highly Sensitive Leadership Training Program around comparison, because comparison is absolutely an unconscious pattern that can prevent you from happiness, that can prevent you from being ultimately productive, that can prevent you from accessing your highly sensitive strengths, such as creativity. Comparison is such a key to go deeper regarding your ability to pay attention and be aware. The comparison chart. You can find a version of this chart on page 68 of Different, the Highly Sensitive Leadership Revolution by Heather Dominick. That's me. First, let's look at comparison of others not like me. So comparison of others not like me is the other 80%, those who are not highly sensitive. Take a moment to write that down. When you are in that space of comparison to others not like me, you are looking out into the rest of the world, the majority of the world, again, the other 80%, and you are comparing yourself to someone who is not highly sensitive. Now, typically, especially as an untrained highly sensitive, when we engage in this type of comparison, we, as highly sensitives, come up short. There's been a habitual pattern created over time, often enforced by our family of origin, to register the difference between yourself and someone who's not highly sensitive as less than or not enough. Comparison to others like me. So this would be about comparing yourself to other highly sensitives, or even more so, other highly sensitive entrepreneurs or other highly sensitive leaders. Now, here's where the opportunity becomes very interesting, which is to acknowledge. Let's take it one step back to first recognize and then to acknowledge if comparison even comes up when you come to the forum. And if it does, to allow that acknowledgement to be an opportunity for inquiry, not to beat yourself up. Oh, comparison is everywhere. I can't even go any place. I can't even go to the forum of this sacred community without feeling like I'm not enough, feeling like I don't measure up, feeling like I'm less than, rather than just going down that beat up self rabbit hole or getting caught in that part of the highly sensitive coping cycle, the opportunity again is to recognize, to allow, and to inquire. Wow, that's so interesting. I still go to that old familiar place of not enough. I still go to that old familiar place of less than. What is that about? Let me dive into that. And then through what comes to you, what shows itself to you as part of that inquiry, to see if you can invite yourself back to the forum from a place of nurture. And I'm going to invite you to write that down. To invite yourself back from a place of nurture. Now, what can that look like? Evidence, because if there's somebody else who's highly sensitive like me, and they're doing X, Y, and Z, well, you know what that might mean? That's probably possible for me too. So I can use this as evidence. I can use this as inspiration, celebrating the small stuff. Simply because, again, as highly sensitives, we can be all or nothing. It's either all working or it's all gone to shiz. But yet when you celebrate the small stuff, oh, that's the gathering of evidence piece by piece into a healthy use of comparison. Write that down, a healthy use of comparison. Which here we have this beautiful chart in front of us, and we go to the top of the chart. We see the word essential in the center of a heart. And then on either side of that heart, we see the words privilege of, agency. Privilege of agency is the act of choosing how you use comparison. Write that down. I get to choose. I don't have to automatically go to that habitual place of not enough, of less than. I can gather evidence. I can be inspired. I can look at what other highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders are doing, and then I can A, adapt for me. I can R, receive support for me. And then C, I can create for me. I can take this experience of comparison as evidence, as inspiration, and move it into creation. Write that down. The counter to letting go of comparison is letting in, celebrating baby steps. Write that down. This is a muscle to be built over time. Write that down. Where you rewire your brain, your heart, and then therefore your nervous system to use healthy comparison as evidence, inspiration, and creation, step by step, celebrating each baby step as it's taken. This is the counter to the need for drama. Write that down. All the energy that perhaps you've used previously in your life, in your business, to engage in drama as a way to feel alive, as a way to try to manage anxiety. You call all that energy back and you choose through the privilege of agency to invest it in seeing the world, seeing the community as an opportunity for evidence to the contrary, inspiration, and to use that energy that you previously used for drama to fuse it, fuel it for step-by-step, baby step-by-step creation. It is the ultimate in terms of shifting from shadows to strengths. So comparison is actually your friend. Write that down. It's all about how you choose to use it. It can either suck you dry of happiness and productivity, or it can fuse you, fuel you, inspire you, motivate you to adapt, receive, and create. So how do you choose? How do you choose to work with comparison? Make the choice, make it conscious, be brave, use your strengths.
Thank you for being a part of this Business Miracles podcast episode and for beginning to dip your toe into the journey of highly sensitive leadership training. If you are ready to truly use your sensitivities as strengths in all parts of your work and life, I invite you to connect for a one-on-one chat. You will experience being deeply listened to, and together we'll get a sense of whether the highly sensitive leadership training programs are the best next step for you and your highly sensitive journey at this time. Just go to www.claritycall.com to schedule a conversation. We so look forward to connecting with you. Talk to you soon.